Hello, Joy family. Welcome to the Joyful House. Welcome to our Joy House Tea Party number 41. And happy Thursday, everyone. I hope you are having a great week. I hope you're having a great day. And I hope you're ready for a joyful evening here in the Joyful House. Let's head over to the front door and see who we have here. And while we are going there, I'm going to apologize to you guys for being late. I was trying to finish up. I did decide to eat my dinner tonight because I was really hungry and I spilt my drink all over myself. So I have a very stained shirt, but you know what? We're going to roll with it. Oh my goodness. So I am headed to the front door and let's see. Miss Angela is here with us. Hello. She says, hi, Cynthia and everyone in the chat. How are y'all doing today? I am doing fine. Drinking my water and still working on triangles for an Afghan and a crochet top. So, oh my gosh, she's got a lot going on. Thank you for sharing that. Hello to our beautiful Bridget. Nugs. Welcome in. So good to see you. Thank you guys so much for loving on each other and welcoming each other. And you guys, we have an eagle in the house. So if you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to our lovely Margie. Hello, Margie. Welcome in. And she says, Nugs, everyone. And look at all that love right there. Hello, Jen Reeves. Nugs. So good to see you. And we've got everyone greeting each other and welcoming each other in. I absolutely love it. We have another eagle that's landed. So if you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to the lovely Tiffany. And she says, hello, everyone. Nugs. Love it. Diana D is here. Hello, Nugs. Welcome to the Joyful House. And the lovely Tank is here. Hello. She says, hi, all listening. Well, love to you. So glad you're here with us. Hello, beautiful Dawn P. Nugs. Happy Thursday, Dawn. Hope you're doing well. Look at all this love we have in the chat. You guys, we have another eagle that has landed. If you will, help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to our lovely Wanda. Hello, Wanda. Good to see you. Extra nugs to you. Love you so much. And look at all this love we've got going on. Even Nightbot is getting in on it. Love it. Hello, Samantha. Welcome in. Nugs. So good to see you. Sorry that things were crazy yesterday and you had to cancel, but you know what? I'm still praying for you, my friend. All right. I had a ham and cheese sandwich with a little bit of a sweet and sour pickle, and it was really good. So I have half a sandwich either for a little bit later snack or for lunch tomorrow because I only ate half of it. But luckily it didn't end up on me, just my drink did. So, all right. Look at all this love we've got going on in the chat. Thank you guys so much for that. It truly makes my heart smile when you guys come in and love on each other like this. Like truly, this is the highlight of why I enjoy doing these lives, because you don't get better love than this right here. These warm, gracious, uplifting hugs and love. I love it. Look at this. Look at all this love in the chat. While I'm going through this, if you are new here, welcome in. It is a joy and an honor to have you here. Welcome to the Joyful House. Welcome to the Joyful family. And if you are not new here, then I would like for you to lead the charge and tell me, what are you? What are you? Can you tell me? And when I get down to the bottom of the chat and greeting everyone, I will also let you know what I am. But we started something that started right here in our beautiful tea parties. And I would like to carry that torch on, because the more times we tell ourselves, the more times we believe it. We are uniquely made. We are masterpieces. And so with that, you know, we need to remind ourselves of that uniqueness that we each individually carry. It is okay, my friend. We will try to make it up. And if not, we'll have fun at the next one, because it'll be on your birthday and we will be celebrating your birthday that night. So looking forward to that if we don't get to make it up. But you did what you needed to do yesterday, and that was very important. Your health always comes first. So, and that's all I'm going to say, because it is not my story to tell. Diana says, wow, Angela, how many triangles do you have to make? Well, I believe she's making a blanket. So probably a lot of triangles, because if I have to guess, 2 triangles will make 1 square. So that is a great question, Diana. And I'm kind of curious to find out myself. But definitely enjoying watching her send those in for Crafts of the Heart. And hold that thought on Crafts of the Heart, because we'll talk about that much, much later. All right. She says, I'll have to count. Look at all this. It was good, Samantha. Sometimes, you know what? There's nothing better. It was either that or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I've been craving peanut butter and jelly sandwiches as well. So they're doing fine. I just have that one that's acting up on the tinnitus side of things. But if it doesn't straighten out, I'm going to try changing out the speaker in it. But if it doesn't work, then I'll have to go see my person that handles my hearing aids. But thank you for asking. That's right, Angela. You are indeed beautiful. Yes, you are, Samantha. You are so beautiful. I love it, Dawn. I love it. I celebrate me, and I am beautiful. Yes, yes, you are. Angela says there's 26 weeks and 2 triangles per week. So it's a big blanket. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yes, you are, Margie. You are indeed beautiful. And if you are here and you've not said so already, you are beautiful as well. And to keep my word, I can't ask you to do something and not be willing to do it myself. So right there in the chat, also, you've got me sharing that I am beautiful as well. All right. If you guys will be so, that's right, Dawn. We are all beautiful. Well, welcome into our 41st tea party. If you will be so kind and help me with some emojis in the chat, that will help me find my way back. And Diana says, wow, that's a lot. Hope you share a picture when you are done. She will. She'll share it over on Crafts of the Heart that airs on Wednesday. And we'll talk about that more in just a moment. So thank you. So, oops, it jumped. But thank you, Samantha, so much for those emojis. They will be very helpful. Thank you, Dawn and Angela as well. Dawn, I don't know why on StreamYard my Joy Team emojis come in as words instead of pictures, but they do. But I still know what they are. All right. Thank you guys so much for that. That will help me find my way. Well, the one thing I also like to do in the Joyful House anytime we come together is fill our joy tanks. And so to ensure that we have a joyful time here tonight and that you take some joy with you when you leave, we are going to express our joy. So if you will, join me as we express our joy tonight. All right. I hope that you are definitely finding joy here and filling your joy tanks as well. If you will, I want to invite you to join me over in the party room because we have some folks that we need to celebrate over there. So we're going to head on over there. And because I was busy cleaning up my drink that I spilt, I'm also a little behind on setting things up. So I'm going to see how well I can multitask. I got to get out of a commercial first. So let me grab that button there so I can get part of this set up. But the first group of people that I would like to shout out and celebrate to actually celebrated birthdays last week while we were in the middle of Joy Week. And if you don't know what Joy Week is, that is something very new that I have started here on the channel. And it is where I take the first full week of the month off to kind of like wrap up the previous month that we just finished, rest and relax a little bit, have a little bit of fun, and also start preparing for the month ahead. And so I'm very grateful that you guys do allow me that time. And so bear with me. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, there we go. I couldn't figure out why it wasn't letting me click on what I needed to. And there we go. So the birthdays that we missed last week were Simple Retired Life. Honestly, I do not know their first name. So if someone in the chat does, I would greatly appreciate the help in letting me know what their first name is. And then also we had Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches celebrating her birthday. This week, we have Taffy that we know as Ladybug. And then we have Kay from Kay's Crochet Haven, Terry from Crafty T333, Paula from Grandma Paula K, and then Karen from K Craft 49, our beautiful Dawn P from Meemaw D Crochets, and my timer was not long enough. So let me see if I can increase my timer here. There we go. And then also Alicia from Alicia Autism Mom. So if you will, join me as we celebrate their birthdays. And I apologize, I was multitasking. So definitely want to make sure that we got these birthdays up because these are indeed the ones that are celebrating this week. And so once again, want to just wish them all a very happy birthday. And a reminder to you that if you are here and you don't think I have your birthday, please leave it either in the chat, in a comment afterwards, or send me an email so that we can celebrate your special day with you as well. Now that we've celebrated birthdays, we have a couple anniversaries that we need to celebrate. We have some Joy Team members that are celebrating their anniversaries. So if you'll help me celebrate with them, celebrating their, and I did that again wrong. Let me correct myself. Celebrating their 2-year anniversary. Dawn, I am so sorry. I don't know why my brain wants to keep computing one, but it is definitely indeed her 2nd anniversary. But if you will, help me celebrate with Dawn P for 2 years of being on the Joy Team. And I love how she put it. It's been 2 years and she's looking forward to 2 more years and many more. And then also celebrating an anniversary they are celebrating 4 years. We've got 2 Joy Team members that are celebrating 4 years of being on the Joy Team. And if you're new here, the Joy Team is our paid memberships. I do not like referring to them as that, so we call them the Joy Team. But if you guys will join me in celebrating with Lucy from Lucy's Crochet Spot and Anna, that we know as Grandma Anna. So happy anniversary to all of them. Appreciate everything that they've done in leveling up their support to the channel. All right. We have a couple more Joy Team members that we would like to shout out. Some of them are about to roll off, but that's okay. They are still part of the Joy Team. So right now, we want to shout them out. So if you will, join me. We have gifted by the channel, Elizabeth Aaron Crochet, Mary King, Crafting Adventures with Amy, Denisha Smith, Joe's Beauty Room, Sarah Mahoney, Day Rue, Kelly from Crochet Me Pink, Lana from Lana Nana Banana Crochet, and Cami the Yarny Horseman. We also have gifted memberships from Miss Wanda from Crochet Done My Way, and they are Poppy Love, Knit Pearl Squirrel with our lovely Granny D, and then Zara Tabassum, and I said that wrong again, Zahara, I think. Catherine Rose Garland Creations, Chris's Kaleidoscope, and then we have a gifted membership from Miss Margie, and she has gifted Kiwi's Crochet Corner, Becca Bullard, Gwen Sorrells, Breezel Yarn Corner, and Growing What I Eat. So moving forward, we also have Miss Laura. Laura signed up for the Joy Team on her own. So thank you for joining us, Laura. So great to have you. And then we have a couple more gifted memberships. We have Sunita, who was gifted a membership by Sonja. Then we have Bonnie's Crochet Corner, who was gifted membership by Wanda. We have Denisha, who was gifted membership by Wanda. And we have Diana from Diana D Loves Yarn, who is here with us tonight. Welcome, Diana. She was gifted membership by Wanda. We also have Ian from Ian is a Weirdo, and he was gifted membership by Wanda. And then we have Janet R, and Janet R was also gifted membership by Wanda as well. So welcome to the Joy Team, all of you. It is a pleasure and a joy to have you, and we would like to take a moment to celebrate you. All right. You guys, I just created a poll and it is gone. Why? Why does it do this to me? Okay, well, I'll get that set back up. I don't know why it did that. Okay, we have some new Joy family that we would also like to celebrate. And they are Gwendolyn Plummer. And if I am remembering correctly, Bridget, thank you so much, because she said that she came over to the Joyful House after talking to you. So thank you for sending her. And then we also have Jeffrey Shaver. And we also have Janine Hoover. And also joining the Joy family is Simple Retired Life. So it is a joy to have them. And if you will, help me as we celebrate them. Okay. And then for those that gifted those memberships, Miss Margie, Miss Wanda, and Sonja, I have a little gift for you that I would like to say thank you, and this is for you. And the last group of people that I would like to celebrate and honor tonight is you. The Joyful House would not be what it is without you. Our tea parties would not be as fun and joyful as they are if you were not here. So I have a gift for each and every one of you. All right, let's head back over to the tea room. And it is tea time. So let me go ahead. I've already heated the tea up. So I'm going to go ahead and pour some water in my mug tonight. This is the mug that I'm drinking from. It says, "A smile is the prettiest thing that you can wear." It is on both sides of the mug. Y'all have seen this mug before. It's got flowers in it, and it's also got smile on it. So let me go ahead and pour my tea or my water for my tea and get it brewing. Let me know what's in your cup tonight. What are you drinking? This is a really big cup, by the way. Tonight, I am going to be drinking from a Twinnings tea pack. I am no sponsor or affiliated with them. I am just simply sharing the tea that I'll be drinking tonight. And it is a Twinnings. It is a probiotic tea. It is a combination flavor of peppermint and fennel. It is caffeine free. And it has spearmint, natural peppermint flavor, fennel seeds in it as its flavoring. So let me go ahead and get that open. Smells very spearminty. It makes me think of that spearmint gum. So this is going to be really good, not to mention very healthy. So we're going to go ahead and let that seep for a moment, and then we'll come back and enjoy that. All right, I'm dunking my tea bag just a couple times to get it going here. All right. Oh, I can smell that. Oh, that smells so, so good. Let's head over to the chat and check on everyone there. And I'm going to go find those emojis that everyone dropped for me. Again, I appreciate that. Without those, it would be very, very hard to keep up. So I am scrolling back through to find those. And there they are. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's see. We have another eagle in the house, you guys. Help me give a great big joyful eagle welcome to our lovely Kim from Southern Winter. Hello, Kim. Welcome in. Happy Thursday to you. And she says, hello, everyone. Nugs. And again, you guys, thank you so much for the love that you just pour out in the chat for everyone. I truly, truly appreciate that. All right. Thank you for wishing our Joy family a happy birthday. Thank you for wishing our Joy team happy anniversaries. I appreciate that so much. Hello, Zach. Welcome in. He says, hey, y'all, was going to go shower and now I'm procrastinating. I'm glad. So good to have you here at the tea party. All right. Let's see. Again, happy anniversary. Thank you guys so much for that. Thank you for also welcoming our sweet Zach in. I appreciate that so much as well. Love it, love it. Zach says, I'm fine. My aunt isn't doing well though. She may need to put her dog down soon. Oh my goodness, Zach. That's hard. That's hard. Wow. I said it right the first time. Thank you, Jen. Zara. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You know, because you've been with me from the get-go, you know how important I believe names are and that it's important to speak them correctly. So thank you for that. Thank you, John, for those prayers for Zach and his aunt. Appreciate that so much. Diana is thanking Wanda for her gifted membership. Yes, thank you for that, Wanda, and welcome to the Joy Team. If you are new with us and you are not aware of this, on Mondays and Tuesdays, I do have lives with the Joy Team. On Mondays, we have what's called Building Special Moments with the Joy Team, and we do work on a mystery make-along over there. And then on Tuesdays, we have what is called Joyful Creations with the Joy Team, and we are currently working on a blanket called the Friendship Harvest Blanket. And we work on a little bit of it each week, except for during Joy Week. And we will finish it up. We started it at the beginning of the year, and we will finish it up just before Christmas. All right. And Zach says her dog is losing mobility on the back end and struggling to go up and down stairs. Oh, that is so sad. I am feeling great tonight, Samantha. Thank you for asking. Let's see. All right. Cynthia, thank you for your help with my blanket. I think it'll work out just fine. I'm so glad, but I don't feel like I did a whole lot, but I'm glad. I'm glad, and I'm grateful for our little time together yesterday as well. Diana says, thank you so much for all the happiness tonight. I have to run. Everyone have a great night. And don't forget your thumbs. Well, nugs and joy, Diana, thank you so much for coming over. And this is for you. And thank you also for that reminder for the joy thumbs. I definitely appreciate that. That is always a really great way to help support the channel as well. So thank you so much for that. But thank you for dropping in. I love you, my friend. Okay. I am at the bottom of the chat again. So if you guys will help me, that'll help me keep moving forward as I need to. And with that, it has come to the time in the live where we get to spill the tea. Are you ready to spill some tea? What tea are we going to spill this week? Well, for starters, I am going to drop the poll that was on the community post in the chat for you to go ahead and start responding to, so that when we get to that, you will have had a chance to respond to it. But the first tea that I want to drop tonight is about the traveling box of joy. You guys, I can't believe, I'm so excited that it is that time of year again. Of course, we are going into week 3 of the traveling box of joy, and it is traveling. It is doing well. So as we know from this week's video, it left the joyful house and it went to our lovely Dawn P's house, and her and Lexi had lots of fun opening it up, and you got to see what goodies she found. It then left Dawn's house, and it went to Nancy from which is Nancy McDonald, and next week you'll get to see all the goodies that Nancy found in that box. It is already on to its 3rd destination, and currently right now it is still sitting there. I am going to reach out to that individual and just make sure everything's okay, because they got it on Monday, and I'm waiting for them to send me their pictures and their questions, or their answers to the questions, so that I can then let them know where it will be headed next. I do work a week ahead. So the box is traveling a week ahead of the videos. And that way, if something should happen and life should take over, whether it be with the person receiving the box or even myself getting the videos out, that we are a week ahead and we can kind of keep that box traveling and moving. But y'all, I don't need to explain to y'all what life can do. Sometimes life just knocks at our door unexpectedly. And so I always like, with everything on the channel, to work 1 week ahead so that we're ready and prepared. And that way, if, like I said, life knocks on the door, that we can still keep moving because preparations have already been done and taken care of. But what fun. What fun. Dawn, those were some really great things that you found. And so I am excited to continue to see the Traveling Box of Joy moving and where it's going to go and who it's going to spend time with. I have received a couple emails from people saying they want to be a part of it this year. And just a reminder that the entire month of June, you did have that whole month to sign up. However, I did say that if during the traveling of the box, if you ask to be a part of it and it has not passed your state yet, then you can still participate. But if it has already passed your state, then I do greatly apologize. You will have to wait till next year. But that is partly why I give it a whole month, for signing up, so that I can make sure that each person is only sending the box so far and not having to send it, like way, way away. But anyway, so those people that emailed me, I will be responding to you. And luckily, I think you are still in that little window where I can adapt it and, get you in. But try to remember that usually the month of June, from June 1st to the last day of the month, that is the sign up period. I do put a lot of posts out on the community post to remind you about that. But it's just really helpful to have all of that stuff set up before we get started. Speaking of the Traveling Box of Joy, and I'm speaking directly to my participants, which I'm trying to kind of keep a little bit under the radar because I don't want anyone really knowing where it's going until it comes out on the channel. That just adds to what I think is an element of surprise. But anyway, speaking directly to my participants, something new that I am trying this year, as you know, is to allow you 24 hours access to the video before it goes live on the channel on Wednesday. Unfortunately, this week, I had a lot of issues trying to get that, video invite out. Was on a play date with Miss Margie, and I had already been working on it for about an hour and a half before my play date with Margie. I was on with Miss Margie about an hour and a half, and she can testify that the entire time of our play date, I kept trying to send that video out. And to no avail, after 3 hours, I just couldn't get it to go through. It went to 2 people. And so I will continue to try that. I then tried to make it an unlisted video and send a link, but many people said they couldn't open it. So I will continue to do my best to send it as a YouTube invite. But if it doesn't come to you, know that it's not because I haven't tried. It's just out of my hands. I don't know why it's not working, but do want to remind you, and I sent an email out, you need to make sure that I am actually trying to send it to your actual Google YouTube email address. Otherwise, it will not work. But if you get it, wonderful. If not, then I hope you'll be patient and watch it with the rest of the Joy family. Those videos are going out on Wednesdays. I was trying to put them out on Tuesdays, but it's just better for me to do it on Wednesday. That way I've got plenty of time Monday to get that taken care of, and then Tuesday to try and get it to the participants ahead of time as just a little perk for participating, and then to the Joy family on Wednesday. Crafts of the Heart. I also want to remind everyone that anyone can participate in that. And I would love to have you. If you are a crafter of any kind, and I think many of you are, I would like to invite you to be a part of that. Yes, there's a little bit of work that you have to do to participate in that. And that is simply after each week, whatever progress you've made on your project, snap a picture and email it to me so I can share it out in that video. You do have to have it in by noon Eastern Standard Time on Monday in order for me to have it put together and go out to the channel on Wednesday. And if there's a week that you just don't get to work on it, it's okay. Trust me, if anyone understands about life happening, it's your girl here. So sometimes you just have to miss a week, and that's okay. But I would love to have more of you come and join us on that. And all you have to do is decide on what project you want to do, whatever your craft is. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be yarny related. It can be anything, cooking, canning. It could be sewing. It could be diamond painting, woodworking, cross stitching, whatever your craft is. Decide on a project. Send me a picture of what it's going to be, or tell me what it's going to be. Send the supplies that you have to use, a picture of it. And then each week, spend about 15 minutes to 2 hours on that project. When that time is up, put it aside and save it for the next week. But before you put it aside, take a picture and send it to me so we can share it out with the Joy family. To those who are participating and being a part of that, thank you so much for the dedication that you are giving to that segment and the hard work that you're putting into sending those pictures to me every week. I truly, truly appreciate it. That's what makes this channel so fun, is we have just a variety of things that everyone can find some way to be a part of something. So figure out where your niche is here in the Joyful House and come join us. Love to have you. As many of you know, I lost my hard drive. It just completely fell off the top of my computer. And with that, I lost all 6 years of my YouTube content. It was very disheartening. And I say 48 hours, but it was not quite 48 hours when I put my foot down, told the devil to get off my playground. He couldn't have my life. He couldn't have my family. He couldn't have my home. He couldn't have my channel. He definitely couldn't have the Joy family from me. And I commanded him to leave. And at that point, I began building the channel back and rebuilding it. And you know what? In rebranding it, I really decided that instead of kind of closing a chapter, I just closed a whole book. And I'm in a new book of life right now, and I couldn't be more excited. And you know what? I kind of feel like that losing that hard drive was a blessing. Sure, I lost a lot of patterns. I lost a lot of work that was pre-done for activities to come, like our next slumber party, you know, the mystery make-alongs and all of that stuff. I lost paid patterns. I lost pictures of my granddaughters, my kiddos, my son, and all of his Marine journey through boot camp and all of that. Lost all of that. Lost every outro, intro, unless it's already here in StreamYard. Lost all my thumbnails, my clip arts, you know, my video uploads, my editing software, all that stuff. But I feel like it's a blessing, because in rebranding and recreating the channel, I went back to the beginning of the year. And if you'll remember, I said, I don't really make New Year's resolutions, but I believe in less is more, work smarter, not harder. And you know what? Tank, if you're still here, you said it first. And Jen reminded me of that. So thank you, Tank, and thank you, Jen. I don't believe it was the devil that knocked that hard drive off of my computer. I do believe it was God. And he knew that in order to get my attention and really get my attention, he had to take drastic measures. I love the simplicity that the channel now holds. We don't need all the bells and whistles. We don't need all the fancy clip art. We don't even need all these videos. All we need is each other. And with each new thumbnail I make, the more simple it is, the more beautiful it is. And I love that. And so I want to continue, but I want to focus more on not all the things I can bring, but I want to continue to focus on the heart of what the Joy family is and what it means. And that is, every person here matters. Every person here is beautiful. Every person here is seen. Every person here is heard. And if I can come in week after week and bring all kinds of inspiration, whether it's in the lives, in a video like the Traveling Box of Joy, sharing joy around the states, whether it's a community post on Wednesdays with check-ins, hey, how's it going? Here's an inspirational thought. That is my goal. And so I hope that going forward, that is truly the gift that you receive here. But I want to even take a step further to the blessing. One day I was going through my emails and I was answering them. And I happened to catch one of the email folders that I had created, and it says crochet business and crochet. So I went and opened those folders. And your girl here started in June of 2025, saving every email of every pattern she bought. So at least as far back from the present to June of it was April of 2025, every pattern I bought was in there. So I have been able to retrieve a little over a year's worth of paid patterns. I was beyond elated. Now, I didn't find the one with the 10 Christmas stockings, knitted Christmas stockings that I've talked so highly about that I wanted to try and learn how to do. But another blessing knocked on my door last week. And 2 days after I found those patterns, I was going through my emails again, and there was an email from Mary Maxim, and it said 40 to 70% liquidation sale. And I thought, this girl needs no more yarn, so I'm not even going to tempt myself, and I was going to go delete it. But I saw the word puzzle. Now, I do buy puzzles for my dad off of Mary Maxim, and usually they're anywhere from $10 to $20. But with this sale, they were like from $6 to $10. So I got him 6 to give him throughout the year. And in that, it says you need to spend so much more to get free shipping. Well, I'm all about free shipping, okay? Again, less is more. So I started looking at the yarn, even though I didn't need any and I didn't want to really buy any more. Didn't find anything. So I thought, let's go over and look at patterns. So right off the bat, I thought, let me just type in knitted Christmas stockings. Boom. At least 6 of the 10 that were in that package that I bought 10 years ago. That's right. 10 years I've been hanging on to those patterns saying, I'm going to learn how to make these Christmas stockings. Let that be a lesson. I found 6 of them. They were on sale, not for $4.99, but for $2.99. I got all 6, plus I ended up purchasing 4 extra stockings. So I do have 10 again, but I'm excited. So hopefully somewhere this year, I'll get that started. But you guys, I couldn't ask for more. Then I was really kind of sad, like I said, about pictures. But my daughter-in-law just out of the blue started sending me pictures of my granddaughters. I got pictures again. My sons, they have been forwarding and sending me pictures. Some of them are some that I even posted on Facebook. And guess what? All those pictures about my son and his marine journey, they're all on Facebook. I've been slowly but surely able to retrieve all of them. So the moral of this story is just to tell you, one, that I'm slowly getting everything back. Have not heard on my hard drive. It did crash 3 weeks before warranty was over, so I will be getting a new hard drive. Don't know if they'll be able to recover the data, but you know what? It is okay if they don't, because clearly I needed to clean house. And, well, I couldn't be more satisfied with where the Joyful family is at right now and where we are at. So we have more room to grow, more room to spend together. But the biggest moral is you know what? Life is going to bring us some hard times. But you know what we do? Dawn says it best every live I'm ever in with her. If you're feeling down, look up. Look up, stand up, dust yourself off, and keep going. Tomorrow is a better day. And I hope that my tragedy, my life, and my perseverance will be encouragement to you, regardless of what you're facing, whether it's health issues, relationship issues, financial issues, whatever it is. Tomorrow is another day, and it is a better day. And on top of that, no matter what it looks like, just choose joy. You got two choices. You can either be down and in the dumps, or you can face your battle head on and do it joyfully. So I pray that you'll take the latter. But I really wanted to share with you just the beautiful blessings that has come from something so tragic. And it truly wasn't the end of the world. In fact, I really think it's provided better tomorrows. So anyway, let me check on the chat real quick before we continue spilling tea. And I'm going to go find those emojis, and I appreciate the ones that have dropped them, and I do see them right there. And I'm going to dunk my tea bag a couple more times and also give this tea a go and a taste. So let me actually drop this tea bag into the trash here. And I'm going to stir this a little bit. And let's see what this tastes like. Oh, wow. A little tingling on my tongue, just like the spearmint gum would do. Love that. Love that spearmint flavor. So if you're a spearmint person, this would be a great tea. And again, that was from Twinings. That's good. And if you haven't told me already what's in your cup, let me know what's in your cup. And Dawn says, Lexi loves seeing me open boxes, hoping there's something for her. And knowing that, Dawn, I was so sad that I didn't put something in there for her, but I will know for next time. And if there's a special little treat that you like her to have, if you don't mind, just send me a little email and let me know so I can add that in my little journal of notes to remember, because y'all know I got to write them down. But I would love to have that information. I look at the joy block every day. I love that. I love that. And if you're not sure what she's talking about with the joy block, we'll go look at Wednesday's traveling box of joy from yesterday and you can see. Hello and happy birthday, Alicia. Nugs. So good to see you. I hope you're having a great birthday week. And she's given nugs to everyone. Thank you so much for welcoming her in. Appreciate that love for her. Blessings are curses. Curses are blessings. I love that, Tank. I love that. I did not know you had slumber parties. When and what do you do during that time? Games. So we've only had one, and our second one is set for October, and I'm hoping I can get pre-prepared for it again, because when I lost the hard drive and stuff, I lost everything that I was doing for that. It was all already done. But on a slumber party, we usually meet for about 6 hours, and we work on a project, actually. I let you know ahead of time before that night. It's usually on a Saturday night, and we usually start about 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we go till midnight, and we literally work on a very, very small project that's doable in that 6 hours. Last time we made a Christmas doily, and yeah, we just have a lot of fun. We have music. That's a great idea, Diana. Alicia, that maybe we could do some kind of game during that time. I'll have to brainstorm. But first, I want to get a project set back up. I think I have an idea what it was. See, that's how bad my memory is. But I have not been able to find what I thought it was. But I did find a project the other day that I think would be a lot of fun. So we'll see. I've got to check it out. So I don't want to say something just yet, but I do let you guys know ahead of time what it's going to be so you can gather all your supplies. And then at the end of the night, anyone that wants, if there's a pattern that's free for it, then I provide it in an email. And if not, I provide the link to where you can go watch the video on it. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. Each other and his word. I think I missed something maybe somewhere on that tank. I don't see it. But yes, amen. I agree. Yes, thank you, Jen. So we work on a project. We were going to do it once every quarter, but to be honest, that was just a lot with all the other things I have going on the channel. So then we've decided to do it twice a year, but we did not do it in the spring. So going forward, we'll have one in the fall, which will usually be in October. And then going forward in 2027, we'll do one in the spring, and it'll fall somewhere in March, April timeframe. But my community post, you guys, and I know some of y'all, it's really hard on your Android devices and your iPhones to kind of catch those community posts. But if you have access to a computer, I would always recommend to check mine every day. Everything that's happening in the Joyful House is posted on that community post all the time. And every Monday and Friday, there's a list on Monday for all the events that are taking place Monday through Thursday. And on Friday, there's a list of events for everything that happens Friday through Sunday in each week. And again, a reminder that the very first full week of a month is called the Joy Week. And that's where I take off, and we don't have anything going on the channel, with the exception of Traveling Box of Joy and Crafts of the Heart. Those are the only two events that happen during that week. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Y'all are amazing, filling her in the meantime before I could come answer it. I appreciate that. Alicia says, we have Mary Maxim in Canada as well. Thank you for the reminder. You're welcome. And that's good to know, because let me ask something, because, you know, as we do giveaways and stuff, it's nice to know. We've always got Michael's and Hobby Lobby still, but I'm curious to know how many Mary Maxim fans we have, because Mary Maxim is also good at letting us give away gift cards, and they're emailed right to your email. So you don't have to have an actual physical card. You can actually use it, whether, you know, you're in, as you said, Canada or the States. And I'm not sure about other countries, but you can let me know. But if you will, right now, drop in the chat if you're a Mary Maxim fan. So I know if we have enough, that would warrant me putting a Mary Maxim gift card into our Choose Joy giveaways. He does, Alicia. Every day. Every day. They are indeed, Jen. Little blessings are huge. And I know for some of you, I've talked your ears off about what I just shared, but I'm so excited. I'm so excited at what God is doing in my life and here on the channel. And I'm just sad that it took something as big as that for him to fully get my attention. But you know what? He put me in timeout, and then he picked me up and reminded me how much he loved me, and also reminded me how much he wanted to bless me. And the blessings that he gives to me, I am not to hold on to. I am to continue sharing them. So all the blessings I receive will also be coming out to you guys. So he is good. He is good. All right. Margie says, my parents lost power yesterday when we had a storm come through, and they are staying here tonight. Well, I'm glad that they live close enough to hunker down with you, Margie. And I understand that. We were we never lost power Tuesday from our storm, but it was flickering. In fact, I had to leave Jen and Ivy's house early, sadly, and they had so much fun over there, and I missed it. But anyway, it's all right. But I'm glad that they are able to hunker down with you and get a little bit of extra nugs and love from you. You got a full house, my friend. So Dawn says, Margie, you needed the visit. Yeah, I went over to your house today to see if you were going live and you weren't. So now I know why. Fun times, fun times. Hope they get it back soon. Yes, yes. So sweet of you, Jen. Hello, Susan Burke. Nugs, nugs. How are you? So good to see you. All right. Thank you guys for loving on Susan as she came in. I appreciate that so much. Niecy's here with us as well, you guys. Oh, please give her some extra love too. So good to have her here in the Joyful House. No doubt you're already doing that. Katie is here with us. Hello, Katie. So good to see you. Look at you guys. Y'all are so amazing. Love it, love it. Thank you guys so much. And you guys, Janine is here. Janine, we shouted you out earlier, welcoming you as a part of our Joy family. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button and deciding to be a part of the Joyful family. We are honored, and it is a privilege to have you here with us. Hope that you definitely come in and find joy while you're here. And no doubt, you'll find lots of love right here in the chat. We have an amazing Joy family. So she says she likes her minty tea. So you like minty tea too as well, don't you? Speaking of that, I really do need to moisten my mouth. So excuse me for a moment. That is so good. That is so good. I'll have to try that again with a little bit of ice and see what it tastes like cold. But it is really delish as a warm drink. And y'all know how much I love my warm herbal teas. All right. Love it, love it. Thank you guys so much. Getting better with my swallowing. Praise the Lord. Thank you so much, God, for taking care of our Katie. Prayers for her stomach every time she eats. It hurts. So praying that they will get answers for you soon. You have really, really been through this journey for quite a long time. Still can't handle milk after my hysterectomy. Was able to drink apple juice, only now having peach juice. Oh, yummy, yummy peach juice. Well, that is a blessing for sure. All right. Yes, your birthday is Sunday. We sang happy birthday to you earlier. So if you missed it, you'll have to rewind the video or the live afterwards and go hear us sing happy birthday to you. All right. So, and Dawn is also celebrating hers. Yes. All right. Katie says, my tea actually has spearmint. It's by Celestial Seasons. It's called Sleepy Time Extra, and it really does make you sleepy. I have had that. I love the spearmint flavors. Of course, y'all know apple cinnamon above all is always my favorite, but the spearmints are really, really good. I'm glad that you're enjoying that, Katie. And Jen says, Alicia, welcome to the Hister Sisters Club, right? I'll never forget when I had mine. Everyone at work was so frustrated with me because I went back to work 2 days after. But hey, contracts don't wait. and the hotel business doesn't slow down. So, all right, because that's what I was doing at the time. All righty. Let's see. Still got some love going on in the chat. Appreciate that. And her birthday is this week, Tank. So you are not late. You are not missing it. Yes. All right. And Katie is doing a diamond painting magnet lion and elephant. So please, Katie, when you're done, send in pictures of that. We do have some community makes to share. So let me kind of zip through this chat here so we can get on to all of that. All we need is his word and each other. Amen. Amen. Jesus and friends. Katie says, I have videos of me shopping there. Oh, wow. Send them in and we'll play them as a chasing your fun if you want. No pressure. Alicia the 16th. That's mine too. We are birthday sisters. All right. She says, oh, wow. Nice, Dawn. Happy early birthday. I didn't say, Samantha. I don't want to talk about my hearing aids and the personal end of that. So we can talk about that later, but I don't need to talk about that here on the live. All right. Still got love pouring in the chat. I love it. I love it. Wanda says, sometimes I accidentally order from Canada instead of the US, and I get emails from both countries. Could be a double blessing. Jen says, never bought Mary Maxim. I love Mary Maxim's yarn, and you want to know why? Mary Maxim and Premier are the closest yarn. Well, Premier is a lot of what AC Moore used to sell. And y'all know I'm an AC Moore girl. Miss AC Moore tremendously. But they sold a lot of Premier yarn. And Mary Maxim also has yarn that's very similar in equivalence to the yarn that AC Moore sold. So love it, love it. Ah, Janine says she loves Mary Maxim. So does Katie. So does Dawn. I love it. I love it. Katie says they have diamond arts. They do. They do. They have so much. That's one thing I love about Mary Maxim too, is that they do have a lot of variety of things. So, Samantha, we talked about that. All right. Kim says she loves Mary Maxim. Love it. Love it. I purchased from Mary Maxim, says Wanda, more than I should. I have to put my club orders on hold for now. So sounds like a Mary Maxim gift card would be a great thing for me to put in the Choose Joy giveaway little house there. Hello, Mateo. Mateo says, yes, I like Mary Maxim. Well, that is good to know. And welcome in, by the way, Mateo. So great to have you here tonight in the Joyful House. And says, hello, everybody. Thank you guys for loving on Mateo. Appreciate that so much. He is. God is so good. Yes, yes. Wish I gave him more credit than I do, but he knows that I am working on that. So, and I love that he puts me in timeout when I don't. Thank you guys again for loving on all of our friends and family as they are coming in, which is all one and the same. Just sometimes it rolls off friends, sometimes it rolls off family, but it is definitely all in one and the same. And Janine says, oh, I missed it. What did you miss? Tell me what you missed. Want to remind you guys there's a poll going on in the chat. Go ahead and respond to that if you haven't, because we're soon getting ready to head over and start looking at all of that. Love it. Alicia checking in on Nisi. And Nisi says she's back. Had to check on the cows. Got a storm coming as we speak. Sounds like a lot of people have those storms coming through. Be careful. Sadie was in here earlier, but Mr. Joyful did come and pull her out in time for me to go live because she does not like the storms and she likes to be right up under me when they're coming through. So, all right. Bridget says, I'm listening from the kitchen tonight, late dinner after a day of messing with fencing again with the piggies. Bless your heart. I know you are worn out, but I'm glad that you are here with us. Thank you guys for loving on Bridget. Hello, Connie. How are you? I know you've been going through a rough time, my friend. So good to see you. And I hope that because you're going through such a hard time with your health, that you will definitely grab a little bit of extra joy and fill your joy tank tonight. Thank you guys so much for loving on her as she came in. Alicia says, oh, I did miss it. I will check it out. Thank you. What am I missing? What are you guys missing? Please fill me in. I must be that behind on the chat. And Connie says, greetings, all of you beautiful, fabulous, and amazing Yarny friends. How are you guys doing? Thank you guys for loving on her so much. I appreciate that. She has really had a rough time lately, so I know she loves that love that you're giving her. Wanda says, Katie, I need to try some of that tea. It is good. It is good. All right. Nisi, oh mine. We went 5 hours. I needed my peeps because it's been a hard week. It has been a hard week in the Reeves house as well. All right. Let's see here. Wanda says, one of my granddaughters is turning 29 tomorrow. Happy birthday to her. What a nice celebration. Nisi says she is multitasking, not keeping up with the chat and listening in. Well, just so happy that you're here. And Katie says, Jen, you can get that tea from Walmart. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And most grocery stores also sell it too. Jen, thank you. I guess I had a hysterectomy because they thought I had cancer. Had a 10-centimeter fibroid removed and biopsies in June. Still recovering. I've been discharged with no follow-up monitoring. That is fantastic. I had just given birth to Andrew, and literally 2 hours after giving birth to him, they took me in. And, oh, nope, I apologize. I just told y'all a story. When I gave birth to Andrew, 2 hours after giving birth, they took my gallbladder out. That's what it was. My hysterectomy came much later, like 10 years later. Sorry, didn't mean to tell a story. As my friend Melissa always says, you know, charge it to my head and not my heart, because can't rely on that. But you can rely on this. All right. Tank, a lot has been going on. This has been a rough week, but I'm finally feeling better. That is so good to hear, Connie. I know you've had a rough time. All right. I think I'm getting close to the bottom here. If you guys will go ahead and start dropping me some emojis, that will be most helpful. Jen says, Alicia, I'm sorry and so sad for you. Our healthcare isn't the best. And Samantha says, okay, I understand about as well. Jen says, Wanda, happy pretty birthday to your grand. Jen, for me, it was great. CTV scan in April, then another one a week later, then MRI in May, surgery in June after seeing gynecology oncologist. If you're new here, my camera sits right there, so I have to kind of read around it. It used to hang over the top, but then I got a great big monitor so I can see things better. So unfortunately, it's on a tripod instead of on an arm hanging over. So that's why I keep rocking back and forth so I can read the comments. Wanda says, I order from Hirschner's occasionally also. Yeah, there's quite a few that I sometimes order from, Wanda. I'll have to check into Hirschner's and see, and Lion Brand, if they do gift cards. That would be awesome. Me too, Wanda. I am currently working with some cotton mill ends from Hirschner's. Love it, love it. Thank you, Jen, my sweet friend, says Wanda. And Jen says, Alicia, that's so crazy. Sorry. All right. Cynthia, I am on the road to recovery and getting my life back. That is so wonderful. I know we miss you and can't wait to have you back on the YouTube streets, but I'm so glad that you are taking care of your health and putting those needs first, because that is what is most important. Ah, yes, Alicia. Yes, yes. You missed the birthday song. Now that makes sense. Yes. So Tank says chamomile tea is also a good sleepy time tea. Yes. And where did I put that box? I almost chose a chamomile tea tonight. It is pure chamomile, naturally delicate for pure relaxation. So that's the one I almost had, but that's the one I'll have before bed. Tank says, I also drink catnip thyme at night. I had not heard of that one. I'll have to look into that. Y'all know I love my teas. All right. What tea are you drinking tonight? Tonight, I am drinking a tea from Twinning, Samantha. It's a probiotic, and it is peppermint and fennel leaves. So it's got spearmint in it and a little bit of peppermint and the fennel seed leaves, whatever. Tank, don't tell that to Wanda. I don't need sleepy time tea, especially on movie night. Bridget says, my oldest son will be 28 tomorrow. The time has just flown by. Well, happy birthday to your son. Got a lot more birthdays going on this week. Love it. Jen says, Tank, catnip. Connie says, Cynthia, I'm finally feeling more air in my left nostril. I saw that. Looks like the antibiotics are finally breaking down the nasal infection. That is so good to hear. I mean, there's nothing worse than struggling to breathe. So, and if you're like me, I am definitely a nose breather and not a mouth breather. So that is really, really hard. So that is great news, Connie. Alicia says, wow, Cynthia, I had my gallbladder removed in 2019. So it was sad. I literally got to hold my baby for a second, and then they whipped him off. Of course, you know, he was born with some complications. He was very premature, very, very tiny. But anyway, yeah. And then they went and started getting me ready for surgery. So unfortunately, I had a cyst that burst, and that's why he had to come early. So, but yeah, but you know what? He was perfectly healthy, and I came out of that perfectly fine, just without a gallbladder and a lot of baby weight. So again, some of our hardest times turn out to be some of our best times. So he is definitely a gift to me. All right. Thank you, Dawn. Kim says she is working on washcloth, dishcloth number 101. I love it. With a new hook, trying to clover more and having ice cream. Oh my gosh, sounds like you're having your own tea party. I love it. But it's an ice cream party. I love it. Thank you guys for those emojis. Those will be very, very helpful. Our Janine, Tank, actual catnip? Tell us about this tea, Tank. We need to know about this tea. We need more. Inquiring minds want to know. Everybody is standing around and they are asking, what is it? What is it? We want to know. We want to know. Oh, I love it. And thank you guys so much for these emojis. She says, yes, Janine, it does the opposite to humans. Cats get perky, and it is a sedative for us. That is good to know. I will have to seriously look into that. All right. My biopsy was benign. Praise God. Yes, yes. Janine says, interesting, Tank. Hey, we learn something new all the time. So thank you, Dawn. Appreciate that. Getting answers is finally going to be life-changing. Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm grateful, so elated that you're finally getting them. Right, Jen? Praise the Lord for that. For Alicia. Tank says, I mix in cinnamon hibiscus for flavor. Oh my gosh. So y'all know I'm not big on flavored or flowery flavored teas. But I do love a good hibiscus tea, especially the kind like Kim sent me, Kim from our Southern Winter. Thank you for that. Where they're actually the tea flower that actually you put in the seed and it blossoms in your cup as an actual flower. and it has the hibiscus flavoring. That was so delish. Do y'all remember when I shared those with you guys at a tea party? Those were so fun to watch turn into the, but yes, love the hibiscus. Never heard of the cinnamon hibiscus tank. So you're teaching me a lot tonight. Now I'm a tea. I would call myself a tea what do you call that? Oh, it starts with a C, but my brain's not pulling that word out. Because I've been drinking tea since my 20s in college, and I'm well past my 20s. Several decades past my 20s that I've been drinking herbal teas, and I've never heard of the cinnamon hibiscus. And y'all know I love a good cinnamon. So I'll have to check into that. So she does. And on Tuesday nights, Alicia, her and Ivy from Ivy B Creates goes live. Jen, if you will, drop joy in the channel and share your channel. And you guys, speaking of Jen and her channel, I would love it if you would go over and hit that SUBSCRIBE button if you have not, and join her family. And if you will, watch some of her videos and help her grow her family and also gain some extra watch hours. We are so desperately trying to get her, monetized before YouTube makes these very big changes next year on February 1st. If someone is already monetized, you have nothing to worry about. But if you are not monetized, the stipulations are going to get a little bit harder for those folks. And Jen is so close to a milestone. So if you guys would help her out, I would greatly appreciate that. And I know she would as well. So Janine says, it sounds good. Right. And there is Jen's comment on her channel. And she did drop joy. So there is her channel right there. If you guys are not a member, please go over and join her family. And then check her and Ivy out. They have a lot of fun over there, you guys. So I love it. I love it. Connie says she is mostly a mouth breather. Well, that's, I guess, a little bit better for you with the stuffiness here. But still, nonetheless, it's hard. It's hard. We need full flow to breathe, right? So, but she did, Alicia. It's just a few ways up in the chat. All right. Dawn is working on a pineapple shawl. Those are so beautiful. And I know you know what I'm going to say. Please make sure you send in a picture so we can share it right here in a tea party. All right, you guys, I am trying to get to the bottom here. Alicia says, I didn't know you also had a preemie. Corey was 2 pounds, 8 ounces. I know I've told you about that before. How much did your son weigh? I saw my boy the next day and I had to be under general anesthesia. Wow, 2 pounds, 8 ounces. So Andrew, believe it or not, was a little bit bigger than that. When he was born, he was 4 pounds, 3 ounces, but within 24 hours, he dropped down to 3 pounds, 8 ounces. And so for pretty much about 15, 16 weeks after that, we had to drive every single day to the hospital. And the reason I am saying that so dramatically is he had 2 other brothers. So I had him and his 2 brothers, that's 3, plus the little girl that I was keeping who was 4 at the time. Her name was Sarah. And we had to make that trip to the hospital. And it wasn't like just across town. We had to drive from Vicksburg, Mississippi to Jackson, Mississippi. And that was about an hour drive one way. And with me by myself and 4 little kids, well, all I can say is youth was on my side. But anyway, so it took him until he was 5 months old to regain his initial birth weight of 5 pounds, 3 ounces. And then he continued a pound a month until he hit 10 months old. He finally jumped to 12 pounds. So at his 1-year birthday, he was just about 14 pounds. And even to today, he is now 28 and he might weigh 130 pounds wet. But y'all have seen him before. My firstborn, which is my second son, because as y'all know, I adopted my oldest, which is Isaac, where my granddaughters come in. But my first actual born was also preemie, and he was a month and a half. He was 6 weeks early, but at 6 weeks, and I don't know, they might have had his due date off a little bit, but he was just under 7 pounds. He was a big baby for being premature. So both of my actual born children were premature. But anyway, all right. Connie says that Ollie is sending his love to everyone. And if you don't know, she has 2 precious little furry babies, and they are Ollie and Charlie. Wanda says, I have one of those somewhere, Dawn, just having a hard time locating it. Made in a coral color. Oh, I bet that is beautiful. I have seen those. They are beautiful shawls, and one day I wouldn't mind making one of those myself. And you guys, if you've never seen those pineapples that are in those shawls, they're just, oh, so elegant. So elegant. Thank you, ladies, for sharing that. Connie says, have you tried chai teas with milk? Awesome. Connie approved. As you say that, Connie, Wanda, maybe 2 months ago now, Wanda actually, let me pull my table over here, my messy table. This is my business table. This is what functions the channel all week long. But Wanda had sent me some of that chai tea latte, Connie, and I have fallen in love with it. That I purchased this box. It actually was regifted as a Choose Joy win from Jen, and Jen gifted it to me. And I upped it a little bit, and instead of getting the 10, I got the 20. And then Miss Suseanne was kind enough to give me a PayPal little gift card. And with that, I was able to purchase another flavor, and y'all see what it is. But yes, I have fallen in love with these chai lattes. They are so, so good. They're good with the hot water, as they recommend. As you can see, it says just add hot water. But yes, I have been enjoying them with milk as well. And they are delish. Dawn says, Wanda, mine is purple and I'm loving it. Oh, I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see that. Alicia says, I have tachycardia. I cannot have caffeine. I do miss red rose. Well, you know, a lot of herbal teas out there are caffeine free. So maybe that will help you a little bit in being able to have a little bit of yummy in your tummy. Thank you. Y'all can see Miss Mayanji back here, and stay tuned to Crafts of the Heart next week, because this week in my Crafts of the Heart time, I finished Matondo. Matondo is finished, and I am ready to start his sister, and I do know what her name is going to be. So come join me next week for Crafts of the Heart. All right. Miss Connie has shared out her channel. Thank you for that, Connie. Wanda says, I hope you will send Cynthia a picture so we can all see it when you're finished on. Absolutely. I agree. I agree. Oh, thank you, Alicia. She went and joined Jen's family. So I love that. Yay, Jen. Tank says, tea snob. If you have a Kroger, you can buy their private select teas, 20 bags for around $3. Oh, wow. That is good to know. Kroger. We do have a Kroger, not locally in Newberry, but we have one about 45 minutes from here, Tank. So that is good to know. True, true. You probably could order it online. She says, oh no, my second channel isn't monetized yet. Yes, yes. Did you get that email, Connie? If not, give me a holler and we'll chat about it, and I can make sure that you have all the ins and outs information on that. All right. I'll try to remember, Wanda. I'm so bad with that. I'll try to remember too, Wanda, and encourage her to send it. Thank you, Tank. That is the word I was looking for. I would like to consider myself a connoisseur of herbal teas, since I have been drinking them for a shyness of 40 years. So, is that right? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, that is right. A couple years from now, I'll be hitting that big 60. Can y'all believe that? 60. Wow. I can remember when my parents hit 60 and I thought, y'all are old, but that's not old. That's not old, right? No, that's not old. Wanda says, I'm good at taking the pictures, but bad about sending them. Well, just remember when you send your pictures, you also get on a special Choose Joy giveaway wheel for pictures. Scary Things is my ENT said he has seen worse. Wow. Tank says, pray for my oxygen generator. I ordered a part to see if I can fix it. Wow, Tank, I do hope you can fix it. Sorry, I keep burping, you guys. That's got to be expensive if that piece won't fix. So definitely will pray for that. Jen says, Tank, I didn't know how to say that word. It kept coming up sewer. Oh my gosh. Samantha's asking Janine if she will, or Jeannie or Janine, if she'll drop her channel. And all you have to do is type in the word joy for anyone who wants to do that. There you go. Connoisseur. Oh. Wow. So he had to, well, I would imagine so at 2 pounds, he would have to stay in the hospital. So they contemplate it, but other than his weight, Andrew was perfectly fine and everything was, believe it or not, fully developed, even though he was 2.5 months early. So they let me take him home, but I did have to drive every day for them to check him and check his weight and all of that. So, but I was grateful, Alicia, to be able to have him home. So, especially since he and I didn't know what he was until he was born. I didn't know if he was a boy or a girl. So I called him Crumb Bunny, but he and I had been in the hospital for 3.5 months before he was born. And so I was very grateful to be with my family, because having 2 other small children at home and being away from them, and that being such a long drive, it wasn't like the caregiver that was watching over them, because my husband still worked and was actually out of the state working. It was a lot on the caregiver just to care for the 2 boys, much less to bring them back and forth. So I was very blessed to be able to take him home. All right. Jen says, I did the pineapple stitch around the bottom of my skirt. That would be pretty. Do you have a picture of that still, Jen, that you can send in and we can share out next week? That would be awesome. Tank, you love that tea. Wanda introduced it to me, and well, I must have some. So I'm trying to be good, because it does have a little bit of caffeine in it. And y'all know I try to stay away from caffeine. So I try to have no more than 2 of those a week. So yeah. Would love to see that, Jen. Yes, yes. I hope you'll consider sending that. Connie says peppermint tea with milk is good too. Also caramel teas with milk. Sounds sweet and delicious. All right. Let's see. Tank says, I put Coffee Mate non-dairy creamer in hers, and that's a good choice too. Do you know, sometimes I will use coffee creamer in some of my teas, especially sometimes in those flowery teas that I don't really like, that come in the mixed variety packs. You don't want to waste them. So sometimes I will mix a little bit of coffee creamer in there, and that's how they drink it in China a lot. So, and India as well, they'll add a little bit of milk or cream to it. So yeah, fancy. All right. Well, glad you got to talk to your daughter. Cynthia, I don't think I got your email. What email would that be, Connie? The email from YouTube? YouTube sent those emails out. And I was saying, if you didn't get it as an already monetized channel, let me know and we can discuss it. But I did send you an email a couple weeks ago, and I was just, I kind of hate to even bring it up here, but I was asking you from your generous heart. And if you say no, it's perfectly okay. But when I lost the hard drive with all of the 6.5 years of my YouTube content, I lost all of your patterns that I had, and I had most of them. And one of them you had given me permission to do with the Joy team later on, and I lost all of those. And I was asking you if there was any way I could get them again, but I certainly understand if you say no. But that's the only email that I have sent you lately. But earlier tonight, the email I was referring to was the one that YouTube sent out to us as content creators that were already monetized. So if your channel's already monetized, you're pretty much okay. You're kind of grandfathered in. But if you are not monetized and you're trying to, you really need to try and get there if you can by February 1st, because everything is going up on the requirements and it's going to be harder. So you have to have like 8,000 watch hours instead of 4,000. And if you don't do like videos and lives, you have to have like 10 million. Yeah, 10 million shorts in a 3-month period. That's a lot. So anyway, but they say they're going to pay out more to content creators in 2027 than they did in 2026. And they said that in 2025, they spent over $3 million to content creators and partners in 2025. Thank you, Jen, for clarifying that. All right. Right. 60 is the new 40. I agree. Cynthia, a few years ago, we were going to arrange for you to buy buttons from me. Are you still interested in doing that? I can. I just have to budget out, Alicia, because I'm not working now with a outside paid job. I get paid $150 a month to watch my mother-in-law, which is not a lot. But as long as the YouTube money, I can budget that. Yes, I would. And it's to do for giveaways is what I was interested in them for. All right, I'm going to run for the night. Have a wonderful night. Thank you, Bridget, for being here. So sorry we didn't get to all the other stuff yet, but if you get a moment and you're just working in your craft room and you want something to listen to, hope you'll come back and watch it. But have a good night. Mwah, mwah. I love you. And this is for you. Thank you for dropping in. So glad you are here. Get some rest, my friend. You worked hard today, so get some rest. Thank you guys so much for loving her out. Okay, we are going to definitely try to move on. I love pretty stitches and textured stitches. Yes, and that pineapple stitch, it is beautiful. It is beautiful. I've never done it, so I don't even know how hard it is. Ladies that have done it, Wanda, Jen, and Dawn, is it a hard thing to do? So wish you guys would send your pictures. Lots of benefits for doing that. All right. Cynthia, I misunderstood. I thought you said you sent an email. I'm behind on responding to emails. I can resend the patterns. Just remind me. Well, then I will greatly send you another email because I would love to have them. So Kim is heading out as well. So sorry, you guys, that we had not already gotten that, but I've enjoyed the chat. So very, very happy and thankful for that. Kim, thank you so much for being here. Love, this is for you. Thank you so much for dropping in. And Nugs and Joy. You guys, I will get to see Kim next week. She and Mr. Joyful and I will be heading to North Carolina to meet up with Wanda and go to the premiere meetup. So very, very excited about that. And hoping to have pictures and stuff to share with y'all. It won't be at the next tea party for sure, because we'll be getting in late Wednesday night. and I know that I won't have time to get it all together on the day of. So that following tea party, I will be excited to share all of that. But we probably won't get in till well after midnight on Wednesday night. So I probably will be sleeping in on Thursday. All right. So, all right. Let's see. Okay, just email me, Cynthia. Alicia, I love you. Please remind me what I am emailing you about. I am so sorry for that. That's crazy, those changes. Hopefully, I can get a breath of fitness there before then. Yes, yes. I have a long way. I'm at 100 fresh air besties. I love it. I love it. Connie, also, if you can, drop both your links. Well, you're on one. If one of my moderators that are here, if y'all could go over and grab her link, or Connie, if you can, and drop that for that channel, then we can get folks to start signing up for that as well. Wanda says it's an easy pattern. Well, I would love to try it sometime. Jen says, love the pineapple stitch. It's fun. Well, now you guys, maybe a craft of the heart. Wanda says, I made mine back in the 80s. That was before internet. I mostly learned from books. Oh my gosh, bless your heart. I couldn't imagine learning from a book. Wanda says, oh, they finally sold out of the tickets. Wow. I was surprised they didn't completely go fast, Wanda. But I'm grateful that you got ours for all of us. Kate has her thyroid ultrasound tomorrow. She has POTS and gets lightheaded and did not go last time. Pray she goes tomorrow. So important. Yes. She needs to go, definitely. Janine says, I thought those tickets would go faster. I did too. So, oh, thank you, Alicia. You know what, you guys, please give me a minute to write that down so my crazy brain doesn't forget. Buttons, Alicia. Okay. All right. Wanda thought the same thing. Connie says, I can log into the other channel. That would be great, so you can drop Joy and let folks sign up. And Jen, if you'll drop Joy again as well, in case we've got some new people that have popped in here since we last talked about that. Up, and she did it. Connie did it. There it is right there. With that, you guys, I am at the bottom of the chat. So if you will, drop me some emojis. I greatly appreciate that. And let's move on. Okay. The last spill the tea that I have, and I don't know if we even remember that is where we were at, but yes, we are at the spill the tea portion of the live. I have a quick question. I had somebody that sent me a little gift, and I do not know who this person is. So Joy family, I need your help. Do you know who Barbara Mulder is? Mulder. Does anyone know who Barbara is? She sent me a little gift through PayPal, and I want to reach out and thank her. I went onto YouTube, typed her name in, and there was a long list of the same name. So very hard for me to figure out which one is which. But does anybody recognize that name? Again, it's Barbara Mulder, Mulder. Let me know if any of you know who she is, and if you know how I can identify which channel is hers, because I definitely always like to recognize those that send me happy mail. Plus, they go on a special wheel for the Choose Joy giveaways. So, but more importantly, is that who it is, Connie? That's who it is? Okay. I wondered, but I didn't know her last name. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. Well, I definitely will know how to reach out to her. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I know you do. I know you do. And you guys do wonderful lives together. She was a gifted member for a bit, Dawn, but unfortunately, that information YouTube doesn't hang on to for me. So I couldn't identify in all those channels. But it's funny, Connie, that you're saying that, because that is not how her channel is identified. It is identified as Crochet Therapy or Barbara with Crochet Therapy. But when you type in Barbara Mulder, there's a long list of names, and I'm sure she's aware of that. But anyway, so thank you so much for that. She is such a sweetheart. So I love it when you guys go live too. All right. Jen says, go up a bit. Go up a bit. What did I miss? Jen says, Cynthia, I sent the picture to your email. Perfect. Jen, if you don't mind, because we've got so much to do tonight, can I share it in next week's? Because right now I have no pictures anyway to share for next week. So, well, I do. I have one person who sent me pictures for next week. They came in today during our play date. But can I share it next week? Would that be okay? Everybody, you got to come back next week to see Jen's picture, because we've just got so much to finish up, and we're already coming up on our 2-hour mark. So please don't be upset with me that I'm going to wait till next week to share that. All right. Again, if you guys can drop me some emojis, we are now going to head over to the poll. So let me get that pulled up here. She says that is fine. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Connie says, I need to start using emojis in my lives. Connie, that is the only way I can find my way back in the chat where I last left off, is if they help me with emojis. Oh my gosh, I've been doing that for years now, and it's just so helpful. Just really helps me out a lot, because as you know, as a content creator, there's so much going on this side of the screen to make things happen. And yeah, without that help, I would be so lost. So I'd be sitting here for a long time looking and trying to find my way. So I'm so grateful when they do that. All right, so let's go over and check out our poll for tonight. If you are new here for the first time, we do have a Tea Party poll that we do every week. It goes out on the channel, on the community post. That is the hub of my news, y'all. If you ever want to know what's going on here, you will always be in the loop if you are checking out that community post. But anyway, we put out a community post, or a Tea Party poll, and it's a chance for you to guess and learn things about me, but it's also an opportunity for me, should you comment, to allow me an opportunity to get to know more about you. Plus, it brings you in for an opportunity to win at a Choose Joy giveaway. So anyway, oh, speaking of a Choose Joy giveaway, we have one. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, let me pull up where our giveaway is happening from this week. And while I'm doing that, as a reminder, there are so many ways that you can get on for an opportunity to win one of our Choose Joy giveaways. That is by leaving comments after videos and lives, responding to comments over on the community post, being present in a live. What else? Sending in pictures. So many different ways. This week, our giveaway, our Choose Joy, that's what we call it. We don't call it giveaways. We just call it our Choose Joy, is happening this week. And let me get to that wheel. I have a random wheel that chooses out of all the possible places you could win a giveaway. I spin a wheel each week, and I've got some friends that back me up as accountability partners. And this week, it just so happens that it took place from our last poll. So if you responded to the one about skipping rocks, then you ended up on that poll. And my friends, if you'll look, sadly, only 6 people responded in a comment for that poll. Now, more may have responded in the percentage guessing, but only 6 people left a comment on that. And it was Zach, Wanda, Margie, Candi, Samantha, and Terry. So our Choose Joy this week is going to go to one of those lovely individuals. Zach is in Canada, so I do have to say, Zach, should you be the winner, then I can give you a monetary gift either through PayPal or Amazon. And if you cannot receive it in one of those ways or Cash App, then I just ask that you pay it forward, because unfortunately I cannot ship out of the United States. All right. Or out of the lower 48, I guess I should say. So let me give this a big shuffle. And again, just a reminder, this can happen as, someone in the live chat, or it can happen from comments or pictures you send in, super chats, happy mail, all that kind. There's so many different ways, responding on the post, that you can get on this wheel. All right, here we go. I wish y'all could hear the music. It's so fun. But I know it's silent for y'all. Sorry about that. I don't know why that does that. So congratulations goes to Candi. And Candi is working tonight, so she is not with us. So you guys, if you see her, because I can't tell her to keep it fair. I don't reach out to our winners, but if you guys see Candi between now and next Thursday, please let her know that she was a Tea Party winner and she needs to reach out to me. If I don't hear from her, then we will save this and we'll spin it next time. But because she is the winner, I'm going to shuffle this until her name ends up at the top. There it is. So I know that she's the winner. And of course, I have it written down. But since she's not with us tonight, we can't draw, but we will. Woo, losing my boxes. But we will draw next week. Remember, we still got 5 extra tickets in here to do an extra giveaway in the chat. Should she choose a box that has that? So we will definitely do that next week. All right. So again, congratulations to Candi for being our poll winner and our Choose Joy winner for tonight. All right. With that, let's head over to the poll. And I've got that opened up here. So let me share screen and let's take a look at this. Our poll for tonight is, which of the following items do I not have beside my bed? Which of the following items do I not have beside my bed? Was it a dresser, a laundry hamper, a mini fridge, or a guitar? And 4% of you said dresser, 17% said laundry hamper, 29% said mini fridge, and 50% said guitar. Now, one thing I do like to do is go and read the comments. And this is how folks ended up on tonight's Choose Joy wheel, was simply by responding in the comments. All right. And I always do the week past, so people have had plenty of time to comment on posts and videos and lives, in order that when that's chosen, that specific area, that they have plenty of time to be able to get on there. So anyway, Samantha said, what I have beside my bed is my nightstand where I put my water bottle, and I love your channel. And so that was the only comment that she made about the poll. So I'm just going to stop that there. Thank you, Samantha, for your comment. Dawn says, I like a dark room, so there's nothing that has any glaring lights. I do have a rocking chair near the end of my bed in case I cannot sleep. Thank you, Dawn, for sharing. Wanda says, I have a nightstand beside my bed with a clock and a sleep machine on it. Thank you, Wanda. Suseanne says, the cycling of a refrigerator next to my bed would probably wake me up. So I say mini fridge. But on the other side of a large room, it would not wake me up. So I don't know. Thank you, Suseanne, for responding. Margie says, on my side of the bed, I have my nightstand, which has a lamp, alarm clock, charger for my phone and watch, plus the remote for my bed. I also place my glasses there when I go to bed. Thank you, Margie. Tiffany says, well, this was a tough one to decide which to use as my answer for you. The most obvious choice might be that you don't have a guitar beside your bed, because it's just a random item compared to all the other choices. However, my guess is that you don't have a laundry hamper beside your bed. On my side of the bed, I have my 7-foot tall bookshelf made by my hubby and a personal dresser. Thank you, Tiffany. Doris said, I have little table that usually has my current makes, because I sometimes crochet till I can't keep my eyes open. That's my girl there. That's a great thing. I have to have my project by my bed. I don't, but I need to start. And water bottle and my Bible. Thank you, Doris. Zach says, I'm going to say guitar, and I got my nightstand and my CPAP machine beside my bed. And I also got my distilled water for the CPAP machine on the other side next to my bed. Thank you, Zach, for sharing. And Candi says, I have way too much stuff around where I sleep even to mention it, but I'm thinking you don't have a guitar by your bed. Well, thank you so much, Candi, for responding. Now, let's go over to... let's see if I can pull this up. I think it's on this one here. And look at what you guys said in the chat. Now I could go to the chat, but I'm just going to show y'all here. So let's see. In the chat tonight, 20% said dresser, 5% said laundry hamper, 40% said mini fridge, and 35% said guitar. So let's look at our percentages again. 4% for dresser in the chat. Oops, let me get the right one here. And 20% in tonight's chat. On the post, 17% for hamper. Tonight, 5%. On the post, 29% for fridge, 40% in the chat. And for guitar on the post, it was 50%. And on the chat, it was 35%. So let me go ahead and end that poll. And I am going to stop sharing for a moment. And if you're over on the post right now, the correct answer should have gone public 2 minutes ago. But here is the answer. If you said dresser, that's the correct answer. I do not have a dresser. I do have an armoire, but I do not have a dresser. Mr. Joyful has a dresser in our room, and it's more at the foot of our bed. We've got a big cedar chest, and then we've got the big dresser there, but he uses the dresser, and I have the armoire. It's down at the foot of our bed towards the door going out of our bedroom, but up by my bed, I have my nightstand, and between my bed and the nightstand, there's a little space, and I have this little square wooden table that I got on the mission field, and it holds my actual alarm clock, and it's also where I place my cell phone at night. But then on the other side of my nightstand, I do indeed have my guitar in the corner of the room because our bed is kind of in the center of the room. And then I have my guitar in the corner. And then beside that is my laundry hamper. And then beside that is a mini fridge. Now, I used to not keep my laundry hamper in our bedroom, but unfortunately, because sometimes Todd's mom gets forgetful, she might go in and grab my dirty clothes out of the laundry hamper and think they're hers and wear them. And so we had to bring it into our bedroom. So that's just the most convenient place for me to put it. But I do have a mini fridge. It holds like bottles of water and Gatorade. It holds my insulin that I'm not currently using. And then sometimes I have like little Jello cups or string cheese or something like that in case I have a crash in the middle of the night, a diabetic crash, that I can easily get to something quickly. It is a very quiet refrigerator, Suseanne. I know she mentioned that if it was loud, she couldn't sleep. It's quiet. You can't even hear it. You cannot even hear it. So, but it's a little mini fridge with a little tiny freezer on the top. So it has 2 doors on it, but it's about a college size. But yeah, the guitar, I do want to show y'all this. And so I'll have to scroll down a minute to bring it back up because I closed the other one. The guitar in this one here, that is my actual guitar. That is what my guitar looks like. And, well, I'm just going to take y'all behind the scenes here a little bit, but let me go grab this here and find out where I put that. Where did I put that? Where did I put those pictures? Well, I'll tell you what, I will find them while you guys are watching the video, but that is my actual guitar. It is no judgment, okay? But it is a Keith Urban guitar, and that is what I have been learning to play the guitar on. When I was on the mission field, that was one of the things I always wanted to do, was learn to play the guitar. My fingers are almost too short for playing the guitar. Perfect for crocheting, but too short for the guitar. So it is a little bit of a struggle for me. So I've never really learned. And I had said that I was going to give myself lessons for my birthday. But unfortunately, that is the year that I lost the ability to walk. And I've just never gotten back to there. But in the future, I am going to buy myself birthday guitar lessons, and I am going to learn to play that guitar. So, and when I do, I will come play it for you guys. But yes, that is my beautiful baby, and I love her. She is the second one that I have ever owned. The first one was a gift to me, and I carried it around for 16 years. And I finally gifted it to a very, very good home. But yeah, that's been a hot minute ago. But anyway, but that is my guitar, and one day I hope to make beautiful music on it. So right now I just pluck. So, but now they have so many cool little tools that you can clamp down on the strings to help people who don't have very long fingers. So lots of tools now that they didn't have when I first started learning how. But anyway, so, all right. I am going to take us over into our Community Makes video. While we're doing that, I'll see if I can find where I uploaded those pictures of my guitar so you can see them better. And I'm going to check the chat because we've already got quite a few comments in the chat, and I want to make sure that I am not missing anything that I need to respond to. So with that, let me come over here and show you our Community Makes for tonight. Enjoy. Joy family. Welcome into the Joyful House, and thank you for stopping by and joining me for our weekly storybook adventure. Really? How rude. How rude, how rude, how rude. I was going to say joyful greetings, Joy family. Okay. Sorry, you guys. I was trying to catch up on the emails. I do have a bigger picture of my guitar for you to see. So this is my baby. Ignore the fact that our grass needs to be mowed, but we have literally had rain for almost 8 days straight with 1 day in between. And that was 2 days ago that we didn't have rain. 2 days ago? No, we had rain 2 days ago because we had thunderstorms that almost took our power 3 days ago. But anyway, so grass is growing fast. But anyway, we're not here to look at the grass. We're here to look at the guitar. And so that is my baby. And I love her. Oh, I love her. So anyway, but yeah. So that was fun. I love that I am continuing to surprise you guys. And but let's see. And Janine was saying, sounds fun and a great goal to have. I'm going to leave that up there because I've seen the comments before that, and I starred some of them so I could go back and talk about them. Wanda was sharing that she just got an email from Robin, and I will go check and see if I got that too, Wanda. They are having another yarn sale this Saturday, you guys. So definitely go check them out. Wanda, did she say, is it on her channel or on Dana's? Most of the time it's on Robin's when they go live like that. Oh, I got some beautiful yarn the last time. Anyway, don't need any more, but they have a lot of good yarn. So definitely go check them out. Thank you, Wanda, for sharing that. Also, Wanda, you mentioned he has Mary Maxim there. Can you remind me what that was about? I'm not sure what that was. All right. Then Alicia said she picked guitar. Good for you. Oh, no, she said she picked guitar as the item that was not by my bed. And then Wanda also said that she got it wrong. Samantha said that she got it wrong. And Connie said that she got it wrong. And then Alicia says, I was thinking if you put in guitar, you probably have one nice guitar. So thank you very much. I am very proud of her. And Wanda says, I didn't know you play guitar. I don't play it well enough to say that I play it, Wanda, but I certainly am trying to learn. Cynthia, please tell my mom to not make me go to my appointment. I do not want to pass out or have anything bad happen, and I really don't need that done now that I am doing better. Well, definitely sounds like a discussion that the two of you need to have. And Connie says, I'm so musically not inclined. I would love, I've always had a passion to learn the guitar. So that or the saxophone, those are my two favorite musical instruments. And maybe I shouldn't have said that because that could have been a poll. Who knows? Maybe it will one day. Apple. Katie, if it involves your thyroid, I'm sorry, hon, but you need to go. Absolutely, Wanda. Absolutely. All right. Let's see. Oh, I never thought about that, Jen. That's a great idea. Thank you. I have learned so much tonight, you guys. Thank you so much. Alicia says, my dad used to play guitar. He had a home church for 30 years. He also played a steel guitar and a keyboard. I should ask him to play those again. Yes, yes. My youngest, Andrew, is musically inclined. Like he can just pick up things now. The funny thing about that is, I think if I can get my fingers around the guitar, I could pick it up very easily. I am self-taught piano, and I've taught several people how to play the piano. Andrew, but no one in my family is musically inclined, and no one has ever played music for generations back. However, Andrew, he can play 12 different instruments. Drums was his forte and keyboard, but and also that it's not a xylophone. There's a name for it, and I used to know it back when he was in band, but his biggest thing was drums, and really thought that he was going to make a career out of that somewhere. But anyway, that kid could just pick up something and play it. And he has written a lot of music. And one of the outros that I lost, or intros I lost, he wrote the music. And luckily, I don't have it saved, but I have it here. So if you will indulge me, I'm going to let you hear. But this is his music. It is not drums, but it is the keyboard. I just happened to have uploaded that here one day, and that is the only place I have it. And unfortunately, I cannot take things from StreamYard and download them back to my computer. So I hope I never lose it, because that's the only version of it I have, unless they're able to retrieve the data on my hard drive. But anyway, that kid can play music. He has got a gift. All right. Let's see. Katie, I've learned, says Connie, that you need to go to appointments even when you don't feel up to it. I know it's hard, but it is important. Yes, yes, indeed it is. Wanda says, Katie, I have to get checked every year. It actually controls so much of your body. It needs to function properly. Talking about your thyroid. Yes, yes. I completely agree. Katie, I think you should find out if there's anything they can do for you. Absolutely, absolutely. Especially with the fact that whenever you swallow, you start choking. That could be so dangerous in so many ways. All right. Zach says, Katie, November, I've been to so many appointments I didn't want to go to either, but they are important. Yes, they are. Yes. You actually risk your life by not going, says Wanda. No, I'm not being forced to go. So stop this right now. I don't want to faint. Oh my goodness. No, we don't want that. They're just trying to be helpful, love. They're just trying to share love. They're not on your back. They're just trying to let you know that your health is very, very important, especially for the longevity of your life. So, I know, not to bring up and try to like compare, but August 10th was my anniversary that I passed away. And for days I walked around here thinking I had bronchitis. And everybody kept saying, go to the doctor, go to the doctor. But I thought it was bronchitis. Finally, I woke up one morning about, 3:30, 4:30 in the morning, and I was struggling to breathe. And I called Todd and said, please turn around and come home from work. I think I need to go to the doctor. Called my waited till 8:00 when my doctor's office opened, left a message. They called me back at 8:15 and told me to go to urgent care. I got to urgent care, and unfortunately, that's an hour away from us. And so that was another hour drive. Got there and discovered that I had 2 blockages on both sides of my lungs. They ambulanced me to the hospital, and not long after I got to the hospital, I passed away for 8.5 minutes. I am blessed that I had as little brain damage as I did, which is part of the reason I cannot remember things. But had I listened, I could have gotten care sooner and wouldn't have had to put my body through that stress, or my husband through that kind of fear and scare. So they're not on your back, love. They just love you. They care, and your health is very important. So don't be a stubborn Cynthia. All right. All right. We will not say anything more. Guys in the chat, please don't say anything more. But also, Katie, if you don't want us to say anything, even out of love, then maybe not mention it. Okay? Exactly, Jen. We're just looking out for you, but they'll stop. Nobody's going to talk about it anymore. In fact, I won't even read any more comments about it because y'all can read them in the chat yourself. All right. Let's see. Wanda says that this yarn sale is going to happen on Robin, which is Roman with Rover's channel. If I have a mod that can drop her channel, that would be great. If not, it's Roman with Rover, and it does pop up very easy because she's the only channel with that type of name. So, all right, I might have missed something on Zach, so let me back up a minute. And then we're going to hop over to our joy word. All right, Zach said, I'm calling a doctor tomorrow or Monday. If I don't hear from them by then, I need to get an appointment for his heart. Yes, yes, yes. All right. We're going to move on from health stuff. If there's something you would like for me to know and pray for, I'm just going to recommend at this point that you email me about it. And we're just going to kind of get away from that topic tonight because it's a little bit sensitive. Zach says, I cannot play any musical instruments. Thank you, Janine. A maramba. Yes, 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 yes. All right. And you guys are saying hello to Izzy. So if I missed you coming in, Izzy, welcome in, welcome in. Yes, everyone is saying hello. Welcome in, Nugs, Nugs. So good to have you. I love it. Alicia says, I used to play the ukulele and keyboard. That is wonderful, Cynthia. You have a talented son. And I wish he would do more with it. He was so amazing. I've got so many videos that I lost of him playing on the drums, the keyboard, the marimba, the rain stick, and all the other electric guitar, acoustic guitar. Oh my gosh. He really did. He really did. Hello, sweet China. Oh no, that's Izzy. Excuse me. Hello, Izzy. Welcome in again. Sorry for that. She is Crochet Queen is her handle, but I don't think that's her channel name, right? And then China, she changed her channel name too, and I can't remember it. But it's something on that line. So anyway, all right. Let's see. Samantha does play the piano. She has piano lessons every week. I will, Zach. I wrote that down earlier tonight when you mentioned that. Yes, yes. She is definitely on my prayer list. Izzy says, sorry, I was in the hospital. Yes, you were there for quite some time. That's why I never said that I won until too late. I know, and I apologize for that. But unfortunately, that is the rule. And because I've already paid it out to someone else, I can't go back. But hopefully next time you will be better. But I do apologize. But yeah, what she's saying is, if y'all remember, she won at the tea party about 6 weeks ago now, something like that. And the rule is you have to get in touch with me within the week or we redraw. Unless the joy week falls in, then you get 2 weeks. But sadly, that is the rule. So, but I do apologize for that. All right, you guys, if you'll drop me some emojis, let's head on over to our joy word for tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Jen, I'm going to pull one like you and Ivy did the other night. I'm so sad I had to miss some of it. Stinking weather. But anyway, our joy word for tonight is appropriate. It is overcome. Overcome. That is our joy word for tonight. If you use this word in a comment after the live, not in the chat, but after the live in a comment, then it also gives you another opportunity to be a Choose Joy winner. But overcome, the definition of overcome is to successfully deal with, control, or defeat a problem, emotion, or opponent. Overcome is to successfully deal with, control, or defeat a problem, emotion, or opponent. In other words, overcome is to conquer or master or rise above. Master your mind, control your impulses. I apologize, my alarm went off. Master your mind, control your impulses, choose long-term purpose over short-term comfort. So what does this mean here in the Joyful House? Overcome means when life feels too hard, pause and breathe. Take a deep breath. Focus only on the present moment and give yourself, are you ready for this? Permission to rest. Yeah, your girl needs to follow her own advice. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4 seconds. And then let it out slowly to calm your body. Drink a glass of water or herbal tea. Wash your face and step outside for some fresh air. Face your challenges head on and triumph with determination. Successfully arise above a difficulty. So, the biggest takeaway from that is take deep breaths. So, if you will, breathe in with me for 4 seconds, hold it, and then let it go. Let's do it one time. Let's practice it together. You ready? And that will help you overcome whatever you're facing. So that is our joy word for the night. So one more time, overcome is your joy word. And again, I encourage you to use it in a comment after the live, not only as maybe a word of encouragement to someone else who's reading the comments, but also an opportunity for our Choose Joy. All right. It is also now time for Chase the Fun. Last time we were together in July, our Chase the Fun was fall in love with change. And you guys, I have a difficulty with change. I love consistency. As you can tell on the channel, everything goes out at certain times, and I try to use the same thumbnails for identification, but change is not something that comes easy for me. However, there have been things throughout my life that have forced my hand or made me adapt to change, and it is doable. The whole hard drive thing, there was no greater way to jump in, feet first, head first, whole body, in learning how to adapt to change. But tonight, our Chase the Fun challenge might be even a little bit more difficult than change. Are you ready for it? Here we go. So for those of you that are new, we are doing this Chase the Fun by Annie Downs. And this week, my friends, Annie is encouraging us to fall in love with, are you ready for it? Failure. Failure. I needed to hear this so badly, and I've got a little inkling that maybe someone like you guys could benefit from this as well. Fall in love with failure. Thomas Edison once said, "I never once failed at making a light bulb. I just found out 99 ways not to make one." What a great outlook. I never once failed at making a light bulb. I just found 99 ways not to make one. Annie says, I was listening to a podcast one day, and it was a conversation among 4 actors just shooting the breeze about their careers. As their conversation meandered, one of them said something that really stood out to me. You can't be great at something unless you're willing to be bad at it first. You can't be great at something unless you're willing to be bad at it first. Very true. I think this idea struck a chord with me because of how much I thought about the importance of giving ourselves permission to be amateurs. I love that word, giving ourselves permission. That's a word that I really need to use more. I don't give myself permission to do a lot of things. But give ourselves permission to be amateurs. Remember that definition of amateur way back when we first started these Chase the Funs? Doing something for pleasure rather than for professional reasons, admiring something and being devoted to it. But falling in love with failure takes that idea a couple steps further. If there's joy in letting ourselves be amateurs, then there's freedom in letting ourselves fail. Every risk has a 50-50 chance of resulting in failure. And I'd wager the only true lasting failure is when you stop trying. Annie, I completely agree with you. Failure may not be the only way to learn, but it is definitely a great way to learn. It's what rewires our brains to do something a different way, to make a new approach next time. I'm sure Thomas Edison went through that a lot when he made all those 99 ways of not making a light bulb to get to the one way to make the light bulb. It helps us stay humble. It reminds us that we don't know everything, and nor should we. That humility helps us stay curious and ask things like, what would make this better? And who could I invite into this with me? Don't take yourself too seriously, friends. Whether it's a flop on a new recipe you tried, or even a relationship blunder that you need to make amends for, or anything in between, falling in love with failure is almost falling in love with failure is about acknowledging that failure always has something to show us and always serves to grow us. So our Chase the Fun challenge this week from Annie is write down things that you've learned from the last time you dealt with failure, and then take a moment to be grateful for that lesson. So that is our Chase the Fun challenge for this week. And I have 3 people who sent in pictures that I was able to turn into videos of them chasing their fun. So if you will, join me as we look at these. And the first one comes from Miss Sonja. Sorry that the words ran off the screen there, but it said canning for family. As you saw, she was doing some canning. Sonja, thank you so much for sending in that. Sending in those pictures and allowing me to create a Chase the Fun video. And a reminder that even when you send in pictures for this, you do go on the Choose Joy picture wheel. Next, chasing her fun is Miss Suseanne. And I can tell you what happens with those pictures where the words are running off the screen. It matches the size of the pictures that are sent in when I put it in my editing software, and it matches them. So if it's a smaller pixelated picture, then the words get moved down like that, which makes them go off screen. So I will try to be better at noticing that in the future, which I've normally done pretty good, but this week just seems to be an off week. Our final Chase the Fun person is Miss Wanda. So Miss Wanda, thank you for sending in your pictures, and you guys enjoy Wanda chasing her fun. I love that butter dish. That is so, so cool. All right. I only have one more thing to share with you tonight, but first I am going to come back over to the chat real quickly and let's see. Just make sure I am not missing anyone. Good night, Alicia. So glad, trying to say glad and grateful at the same time. These are how words are born on in the Joyful House. So grateful that you were here with us. This is for you. Thank you for dropping in. All right. Thank you guys so much for loving her out. I do appreciate that. So, all right. Let's see. Welcome in, Suseanne. So good to see you. Thank you for sending that picture of the moon and sharing that with us. That was so beautiful. Y'all know how much I love nature. All right. Let's see. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yes, we do, Wanda. We do indeed learn from our mistakes and our failures. It is what strengthens us. It is what grows us. It's what stretches us. So I love it. I love it. Yes, ma'am, Miss Samantha, you are indeed beautiful. It was great. I got a lot of things done in the house that I needed to. And so I'm hoping that my next time off, I will be able to focus on more things with the channel. I'm trying to get the pajama party ready for October. I'm trying to get the new segment, A Seat Around the Craft Table, hoping to bring that hopefully around the beginning of September to mid-September. That will be on the Butterfly Dreams baby blanket. So very, very excited about that. So I know those pictures of the lake, the creek and the marina and the canning was just awesome. She is definitely chasing her fun for sure and for her family. So yes, yes. Wanda says, I forgot I sent that in. All right. Good night, Dawn. Thank you so much. We are headed out really in about 5 minutes. So you will not be missing much. Thank you for that. I always love seeing that. She says, remember, if you're feeling down, look up. And I do appreciate it, you guys. I know we always run way over on our first tea party back from the Joy Week being off, but always so much to go over. So, all right. The last thing, whoops, sorry about that. The last thing I have on my notes is I always share with you what has been on my hook. And I do not have anything to share. The only things that have been on my hook lately have been the Harvest Friendship Blanket with the Joy team and Matondo and the other little tiny monkey. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at Crafts of the Heart from yesterday and you'll get to see. But that is it, you guys. I've had kind of a little bit of a rough week. Like I said, I've been working on a lot of things here in the house that needed to get done. So I've been trying to focus on that. Because I'm also getting ready for another big transition and I will need grace from you guys. We will still meet, but no telling where we'll be when we meet or what you may see behind me. I'll explain that in a minute, but unfortunately at this time, I don't have anything new to share on my hook, but I'm hoping that that will be different come next week. So in the future, there are going to be some big changes happening, and they may not start happening until even December when I take some time off of the channel. As you know, I usually take a couple weeks off in December, but we're going to make some big changes here in the Joyful House. First step is we are going to purchase a he shed for Mr. Joyful so that he can finally have his own like kind of space and his own workshop, craft room, if you will. Going to move a lot of his tools off of the front porch and put them down in his shed and his space. And then right now I have the studio, which is our dining room. And then our front bedroom is my craft room and tutorial table. And it's also kind of our guest room. But eventually it is going to become our living room. That's right. I said living room. And that'll be perfect because then when I'm recording or I'm on a live, Grandma Joyful can walk down the hallway and just go right straight into the living room. Pretty much the living room is occupied mostly by Mr. Joyful anyway. I spend more of my time in here or the craft room. But certainly I will still have my lift chair in that room with him in case I want to join him and watch TV. But that is going to become our living room because our actual living room, which is the biggest space in the house, is going to become an extension of the studio. This room is going to become my tutorial room and perhaps even our guest room, maybe even there. We have a pull-out sofa couch in there now. We might leave that in there. Really wanting to get rid of our leather couch and bring in two recliners. So we may be doing that. And that way we can still leave that room as the guest room. But if not, these chairs behind me each pull out into a single size bed, and they're actually quite comfortable. I sleep in here a lot too. But anyway, but we're going to turn this more into the tutorial room. The yarn wall will get moved out there. The sewing machine, all of that stuff will get moved out there and have more of an open space. My desk will be out there, which I'll probably purchase one. I have a desk back here now in the craft room, but I use it more as a writing station. It's where I do my devotion times. It's where I do all my card writing from all of you that get cards and letters from me. It's kind of like my packaging station as well, where I, box up any, gifts or happy mail that I'm sending out. So I want one that I can use, to do lives on. Otherwise, I may do lives and tutorials in here, but it'll be a different background. I don't know what it'll be because the yarn wall will be out there. But anyway, and then it's going to be bigger. because right now I've got a mini yarn wall over here, and we're going to put it all together as one. So it'll go across the whole wall. And then I've got 2 carts over here with some baby yarn and the extended cotton yarn that's not on the mini wall. But anyway, so that will be happening, but more than likely we won't do that until December when I take time off, because otherwise it'll be a chaotic mess between. But once we get his tools and stuff into his shed, then we'll pull the stuff out of the craft room and put it on our porch, because it's a closed-in porch, and then start kind of shifting stuff between the 2 rooms after we get the living room furniture out and into that room. So huge project ahead. Again, don't know when that's going to start, but that's going to be some exciting things happening. So anyway, I'm happy to have the extended space, and it'll be nice. It'll be nice to have everything kind of like in one area versus having to go back and forth between 2 rooms. So it's going to be nice. And then I have, my roll tables and stuff that I just can roll from space to space instead of having to carry and bring back and all that. So it's going to be nice. But I look forward to that. I don't know when it's going to start. But first thing is we got to look at trying to find a shed for him. But that won't happen until the roof gets done. And we are in the process of that now. We're picking out shingles and working with the insurance company, and praise the Lord, they are going to be covering the cost of our roof minus our deductible. And so we are just over the moon that that is looking at less than $2,500 for us versus, 20,000 plus. So we're very, very happy that our insurance is going to cover the bulk of that cost. So praise the Lord. So that extra money, we will definitely be able to invest in a shed for him, but we want to get the roof done before we do that. So stay tuned, my friends. Some fun and exciting things are happening. And so, yeah. But anyway, so I've been slowly working through and going through stuff, and putting stuff aside for giveaways, and putting stuff aside now that I know my daughter-in-law actually crochets, and creating a gift basket for her. And I've been donating stuff as well. So definitely doing some reorganizing and cleaning. So very excited. All right. That is all I have. So I'm going to check the chat, and then we're going to say goodnight. I appreciate you guys being here with me. I can't believe that we've gone almost 3 hours. It's 2 hours and 41 minutes according to StreamYard, but what a lot of fun. And I really enjoyed the chat tonight, and I needed that. So I miss you guys during Joy Week, even though I get a lot of things done, and it's a lot of just kind of relaxing and just, not having to be so busy. I do miss y'all. I miss you a lot. So, oh, what a great idea for me to talk about, Samantha. Thank you. I did mean to do that when we were over at the party room. Thank you for reminding me of that. I will bring that up before we head out. And Connie says, before the live ends, everyone have a fabulous night. Absolutely. What about any crocheting, which we just talked about, but she did get that question in before I started that. Connie says she has nothing going on. She was on a knitting kick, but she has not knitted in the last 2 weeks. Susan says she is making a baby blanket. There you go. That's what it is. It's not a he shed. It's a man cave. Yes. And you guys, he very much deserves it. He has very little space in this house. So I am hoping we have a very nice size side yard over there that had a greenhouse when we first moved in, and we did tear it down, and that's where we put up the pool for the boys. And so we've got a fence that we put in that kind of blocks it off. So one side of it is our drive-in garage that we don't use, except for now it's storing all of Andrew's former house stuff when he owned a house. Of course, he's living with his brother now. So all of his former house stuff is down in our drive-in garage, but we have that, and then we've got a fence, and then there's the other side of you right now. So there's the camera, my monitor, a window, and then the side yard. And so it's a pretty nice size space. So we're hoping to get a pretty nice size man cave out there for him. Thank you, Jen, for that. All right. Let's see. Where will movie night be in the new space? It could be here and it could be out there. I don't know. But I don't think anything will affect you guys as far as those changes until probably the new year. Because, like I said, more than likely, I would be surprised if we get to all of that transition. It's probably better that we wait to that couple of weeks that I take off from the channel. Because it's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute to do all that moving around. Yes, Wanda, we are very blessed. Very, very blessed on that. Okay. People are still greeting each other. Thank you so much for that, you guys. I love it. I love it. And Connie is just making sure that you guys know that a breath of fresh fitness is her. Connie, one more time, and Jen, one more time. Please drop the word joy in the chat. And Joy family, if you are not a part of their family, please, please, please find some joy in your heart and go hit the subscribe button and become a part of their family. While they're doing that, let me hop over to our party room where I have these pictures. Thank you so much, Samantha, for helping me remember this. Pardon me. But, and of course, now my chat froze. It is not letting me move. Yep, it's not letting me move. So I'm going to have to dip out a moment and come back in order to get that to move to show y'all. So I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay. All right. And there is Jen's channel. And again, Connie, if you will drop joy one more time. She did. She did. There it is right there. And there is, well, where did it go? There it is. There is Samantha's channel as well. She is also trying to grow her family. Tomorrow night, we have Real Delight on Friday night. And what that is the first Friday normally of the month, unless it falls during Joy Week, then it's the following Friday. And that's the case for this month. We have what's called Real Delight on Friday night, and I show a movie in my private Zoom room, not here on YouTube or StreamYard because of copyright issues. All you have to do if you want to come is just send me an email and let me know you want to come. Miss Suseanne, earlier this year, sent me a DVD, and it had 4 movies on it, and we've already watched the first 2, which was Lego Movie Part 1 and Lego Movie Part 2. So we're going to finish up the last 2 movies on that DVD, and they are Lego Batman movie and the Lego Ninjago movie. So that is what we are going to be watching tomorrow. It is a double feature between the 2. It is a 3-hour time frame, but if there's only one you want to come to, let me know which one. If it's both, let me know, and I'll make sure that you have the link. It will go out at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow in your email inbox if you have asked for it. You guys, I have already told Miss Suseanne this, but I'm going to be honest. When she first sent it, I was just kind of like, I really don't know about this. I'm not a big Lego fan, you know. I mean, yeah, my boys grew up playing Legos, but I don't want to watch the movie. Humbled Humbled. They were beyond great. Great family movies, great lessons to be learned. And I am eagerly excited to watch these last two. So that is what we're watching tomorrow night. Then, if you want to join us on Sunday, the same weekend that we always have Real Delight on Friday night, we also have what is called Reel It In Sunday, and it is a Christian-based family movie. And so our movie for this month on this Sunday, it starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is going to be I Can Only Imagine. And then next month, we will watch I Can Only Imagine 2. And if you come to that movie, I Can Only Imagine 2, well, I don't know. You'll have to come and see what happens. All right. But those are our movies for this weekend. So that is the only other thing happening in the Joyful House until Monday. So we do have Bible chats tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But then Real Delight on Friday night with the Lego movies tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then Sunday, I Can Only Imagine at 6 p.m. Eastern. But again, you have to have a link to get into my private Zoom room for those. And the link does change for each individual movie. So let me know if that's something you want to come and be a part of. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you guys next week. All right. Let me check the chat one final time, and then we are going to head out. Again, thank you for such a wonderfully joyful, lovely evening. I have thoroughly enjoyed myself. Hope you have as well. Hope that on your way out, you grab a little bit more joy than what you've already gotten. And let your joy tanks overflow. Share that joy with someone. Okay. Connie says, I have been wanting to see that movie. Which one is that, Connie? When you say that movie, I'm thinking maybe I Can Only Imagine. And if that's the case, let me know if you want to come, and I'll make sure you have that link. All you have to do is send me an email. So that email is the permission for me to send it. And I literally send you a little ticket. You get a little virtual ticket, but in that there's a link. So you just click on that link. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Again, thank you for such a fantastic evening. Hope somewhere you got something special out of tonight. Be joyful, stay crafty in your own way, make your own joyful creations, and be the joy in everything you do and live your joy. Thank you to all that provided content tonight. I couldn't do this without you. Thank you for everyone who came into the Joyful House tonight. The Joyful House wouldn't be what it is without each and every one of you. And don't forget, you are beautiful. I love you so much. Bye, everyone.